Good afternoon, everyone. We'll wait a few more minutes for individuals to join us for our second in a series of BEAD office hours about the rebuttal phase. So I'm going to put myself on mute and come back in about 3 minutes. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jonathan Lackritz, and I'm a manager in the Communications Division of the California Public Utilities Commission. And thank you for attending our second in a series of office hours related to the rebuttal phase. Next slide, please. So first we'll go over a welcome and some housekeeping, like how to navigate the platform for those of you who may not have been on a Zoom call before. We'll then move on to questions and answers. For each person who wants to ask a question, we ask that you put the question into the chat, and then we'll call upon you. You may do a couple of times back and forth on the questions, and then we'll go ahead and close it up. So on to housekeeping. So the format for the office hours is that you'll write the question in the chat and wait to be called upon, at which point you can take yourself off mute, ask your questions. We ask you to keep yourself on mute until you've been called upon. We'll do a first round of questions, and then after everyone has had a chance to speak, we may open it up for additional questions. If you have any follow-up on someone else's question, please write the question in the chat and wait to be called upon, unless it's a quick follow-up. Next slide, please. So this is an opportunity for you to ask questions about the challenge process in the BEAD program in general. We cannot provide reviewer feedback on any specific evidence outside of the challenge process mechanism. The CPUC is required to follow the rules of the NTIA, National Telecommunications and Information Agency, which administers the BEAD program. Questions and answers from this meeting will later be posted in the FAQs on our website, and we will record this session and post it on our website as well. Next slide, please. So now we're ready to move into the questions and answers. So I see that Michelle Shaw has put a question in. Do you want to go ahead, Michelle, take yourself off mute and we can address your question?
Yeah, so I originally, when I got into the portal, had so many amount of challenges. And when I came into the office on Monday, we have less challenges received now. For instance, we had, and I have the list of like the codes. We had availability area challenges actually by the CPUC and some MDU challenges, and they're no longer on in my portal. So I can't access them anymore.
And Michelle, what organization do you represent?
I'm with Comcast.
Okay, thank you.
So it's under Xfinity, but I'm Comcast.
Um, Phil or Clay, do you want to address, or Amy, do you want to take a first stab at addressing this?
Oh, I was gonna do Phil and I probably had both the same thought, but I think let me kick it to Phil, but I think I'm gonna defer to Reddy as well.
Yeah, thank you, Amy. And that's a great question. I would defer to Clay here to provide an answer as to why that may be happening.
Yeah. So you said it was the Xfinity org?
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So we will take a look at that. Have you already emailed and notified the help desk?
I emailed the PUC BEAD. I didn't know if there was another email that I was supposed to email.
It's the help desk. Sorry, hang on one second. Let me pull up the link. There is another one, but I've already got it noted, sent to the team, and we'll go back and review the records and make sure that everything is in fact populating correctly. I do see challenges in your organization, but it's just an issue of there being fewer challenges than there were originally.
Yeah, and I have, if you need later, like the challenge ID number, like the CA, and then the 4-digit number. I have all those numbers. And we're working on gathering the evidence, but I'm worried that, we're not, if they're not in the portal, I can't respond, right? So.
Of course. Absolutely. If you want to send that with the help desk request, that would be great, just for us to double check. But we have all of that information on our side as well.
Okay, and then can you send me whatever email I'm supposed to send to the help desk, whatever that email is?
Yes, I will drop it in the chat momentarily.
I was gonna drop it in the chat as well. So.
Ah, perfect. Thank you, Amy.
It's already done.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I don't see any other questions in the chat. Does anyone else have a question? If you do, if you could please raise your hand. Virtual hand, that is. Okay, Mitzi, go ahead, please.
Hi there. Yes, I was just wondering, in the portal, I know this is an add-on, but I was just
Mitzi, we're having a very hard time understanding you. Your audio is all garbled.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me better now?
No, I'm sorry, we can't.
Okay.
You can type a question in if you want to.
It's in the chat.
Oh, I was gonna say, I can hear her. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Amy.
Yeah, I'm not sure if
Oh,
anyone else can.
Yeah,
No,
I can
Jonathan, you can.
I can also hear you clearly, Mitzi.
I can hear too.
Okay, so it must be me. So you can go ahead, Mitzi. I won't hear your question, but others can.
Okay, I was in the challenge portal and I was trying to, I reflected on what we talked about last week. Is there any way to, on the portal interface, have a button that allows us to turn on challenge points instead of going over to the right and picking on each one, right? It would be interesting to see, to be able to download an area, like if I could put it in my GIS system, right? But to be able to analyze the information on there's a lot of data. That'd be really helpful. I don't know if that's something, or if I'm missing something on that. I think, is that a Clay question? Do you understand what I'm asking? Okay.
Yes, and actually, Mitzi, I just responded to your request. I was manning the help desk today in prep for the call, So I have passed that along to the team, although I realize I should have asked a follow-up. But if you wouldn't mind responding to the help desk question with like
Sure.
the specifics, if you're looking for just yours or the others. And then Amy or Phil, I believe there's a requirement to post challenges or challenge results, something along those lines. Could you all speak to that portion?
There is at the end of the process a summary of the challenges and results, along with any final determination, will be posted. But actually, a summary of the challenges and the rebuttals. Whew, losing my words today. So the challenges and the rebuttals will be posted before the final determination goes in, and so those are that will be up on the website, and it's really summary level data that will be posted. So there will not be a lot of detail in that, but there will be information about the type of entity, the challenger, the rebutter, if any, and just the summary of what that challenge is, whether it's an availability challenge, a speed test challenge, etc.
And you understand, Clay, right? Where I'm out there trying to look and draw some assumptions on like how can we get this done. It's like what's happening different places. It's just, it's information that's there that I think would be really helpful to just be able to see. So that's where it stemmed from. I was trying to hack and break, and I was like, I don't know, it's not working. So thank you for the response. I'll provide you more information.
Excellent. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? We can give people a moment. Otherwise, I think we might start wrapping up. Okay, not seeing any other questions, I think we will go ahead and wrap up with a few next steps and reminders. Next slide, please. So we're doing these office hours every Thursday from 1 to 2. The next one, and we're going to be the next one will be next Thursday, which I believe is September 5th. And then and then the 12th, and then the 9th, and then on the 19th. Oh, I see there's one more participant that has joined. Ken, did you have any questions? We're about to wrap up and end the call. We've answered other folks' questions, but since you joined, I wanted to make sure you have an opportunity to ask any questions you might have.
No, I don't have any questions. I was just going to listen.
It's been a very short call for us today. Next, and any other events that we have are going to be posted on our BEADS events page with links and ways to register. Next slide, please. So you probably have all signed up to receive email updates regarding the challenge process of the BEAD program, but if not, please go ahead and go to our website and go to the section on the BEAD program. If you have questions about the portal itself, please send them to Ready at their help desk email, which is on the screen. If you have general questions about the BEAD program or policies, please email us at bead@cpc.ca.gov. We have a homepage, we have a specific page about the challenge process, and we also have a frequently asked questions page. One other just sort of reminder to let people know, the Commission issued last Friday a proposed decision on the subgrantee selection rules, which are contained in the initial proposal, Volume 2. Opening comments are due September 12th, and reply comments are due September 17th. And you may access that information also on our website. Last slide, please. I think that's it. Thank you very much. We appreciate everyone attending. And I'll do one last call if there's any questions just before we close out. Okay, great. Thank you very much, everyone, and enjoy a long holiday weekend.